Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. As you can tell by the title of the video, I think you know what I'm talking about today. I had the chance to play WWE 2K17 for about a half hour last Friday at the 2K17 SummerSlam party. They had this little cordoned off area with a bunch of PS4s and TV screens and seats and controllers and whatnot. And I had the chance to sit down and play it for a little bit. We couldn't record any gameplay. We couldn't even have our cell phones out. Like, I started to take my phone out just to, like, text somebody. And the guy was like, oh, you're gonna have your phone out. I was like, go fuck yourself. So, let me tell you my thoughts. Now, I didn't play it for hours and hours and hours on end. Like I said, I played it for about a half hour just to kind of get a feel for it, see what was different, see what felt unique, see what was changed, etc. The playable characters that they had, if I remember correctly, it was Nakamura, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Alberto Del Rio, Dean Ambrose, Randy Orton, I think. And then maybe like one or two more. It was a very obviously limited roster. And I played with AJ and Nakamura for like the matches that I played. First off, Backstage Brawl is legit. By far the coolest thing that I've seen about this game so far. It's a little bit limited. Like, it feels kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's not a free roam road to WrestleMania, run around everywhere backstage. You can get a certain, how do I say this? Like, you can go back where the interviews are happening. I don't know if you saw that in like some of the demo videos. You can kind of see Renee Young interviewing someone in the very back when you do Backstage Brawl. You can run all the way back there, and when you do, like, they run away. It's really cool. So you can't fight them. You can't, like, get in a confrontation. But it's cool that it's, like, interactive in the sense that, like, they run away so that you can't hurt them or whatever. And there's certain, you know, rooms and areas that you can get into backstage that I really enjoyed. So the Backstage Brawl portion is definitely, I think, the biggest, like, advancement that I saw. Another big advancement, another plus that I saw was the lighting. They really went out of their way, I think, anyway, to kind of, I don't want to say make it look more realistic, like, because WWE's lighting is, like, ridiculous. They have, like, millions of lights all over the place, and it's hard to compress that down into, like, a video game into digital form. But I think they did a good job of just getting the lighting and the shadows a little better so that the models look a little more realistic and the characters come to life a little more. So that I appreciated. Let's talk about the gameplay itself. If you play 2K16, you basically, you know, it's not night and day as far as gameplay goes. It felt very similar. Reversal timing felt very similar. You have a bigger window to do, like, major reversals. You know how, like, you can press reverse as soon as the move happens, or the move is in the middle of happening and then you can reverse it there. Like, that's a little more forgiving. You have more time to reverse it, like, in the middle of a move. I did not like, and I thought I would, but I didn't like the rollout feature in the multi-person matches. I like the concept, like, if you're in a multi-person match and to keep the momentum going, you know, and to keep it realistic to what happens on TV, one person kind of rolls out while the other two go at it. It's a good idea, I think. I just think maybe it wasn't executed in the best possible way. It limits then what you're able to do in the match. And again, it does make it more realistic, but as I've said thousands of times talking about these wrestling games, realism isn't always, like, what the goal should be. I liked being able to just kind of run around and jump on whoever I want and hit whoever I want a million times and do a million other different things. So realism for me isn't as important as enjoyable gameplay. So as far as that goes, it's not the end of the world. You know, actually, before I forget, before I start going off into another tangent, because that's all I ever do. Apparently, from what I heard, and I asked this specifically, in a normal match, or in, say, like a no DQ match or a Falls Count Anywhere match, you can get to the backstage area from the ring. But that feature apparently wasn't available in the build that we played. So the build that I was playing, you couldn't get backstage from the area in a normal match. Like, I knocked the ref out and we both ran up to try to, like, get backstage and you couldn't do it. So they were saying that should be available in the final build of the game. That's what I was told. And also, fighting in the crowd. We weren't able to fight in the crowd. We tried everything. We tried OMG moments, spearing through the barricade, all that kind of stuff, and nothing was working. But apparently they said when the game finally comes out, you can just walk over to the barricade, press L1, and you'll just jump over. So apparently, again, something that wasn't in our build. We had a very limited build, so you know, there's only so much I can really talk about and only so much that I was able to see and kind of relay to you guys because all of the features weren't available. We had one-on-one match and a 4-person ladder match. Ladder mechanics, as a lot of you guys know, have been changed a little bit. It's not, I thought it would be a little more, what's the word? I thought I would dislike the fact that you can't really put the ladders wherever you want, but I mean, it makes sense in the scheme of, you know, what you're doing. You can still put them in positions to do like crazy moves and crazy dives and stuff, so it's not like they took that out completely. They just limited the spaces that you could put the actual ladders. Entrances. Let's talk about AJ and Nakamura, because these are two people who are making their debut in WWE video games, and like, first of all, Nakamura's entrance is amazing. It's fantastic. I was blown away. I will give them that. The Nakamura entrance was incredible. The AJ entrance, he looks amazing in the game, but it's funny, me and Pulse were kind of laughing about this because he's a huge AJ guy and I'm a very big AJ guy, and you know, some of the motions you can tell that some of these entrances weren't motion capped by the people who do the entrances. And it's kind of weird because all the time is spent on realism and accuracy and simulation and getting it, you know, as accurate as you can to the actual product. But entrances, I think, is a big part of that. So it's probably a timing thing. You know, they didn't have time for everyone to motion cap their own entrances. I think it'd be cool for future games just for a little better accuracy. You guys might see, I don't know if they're gonna release the AJ entrance before the game comes out, but you might be able to see what I'm talking about as far as like the animations were a little bit off, just a little bit off. But overall, AJ looked great, Nakamura looked great. Those were the two people I jumped on right away to use. I was like, I'm using AJ this one, I'm using Nakamura next match, because like I said, they're making their debut. We've never been able to use them before, and super cool to control. Is there anything else? Like I said, Backstage Brawl is cool. The gameplay feels, you know, generally about the same. It seems like they're trying to limit the amount of like clunkiness. Like some of the transitions were a lot smoother than they were in 2K16. But again, the more I get to play it, the more I'll be able to kind of relate to you guys what it actually feels like, and if it is an extreme difference from 2K16. And, you know, none of us are new here. You shouldn't expect, like, a game that feels completely different, and it's like, oh my god, a brand new engine, and a brand new this, and a brand new, like, every year they add on to what they have, and hopefully it's better than the year before. That's the way video games work. The ones that come out every single year, that's the way they work. Madden, FIFA, NBA, all that kind of stuff. You add to what you have, and, you know, life goes on. But overall, I enjoyed it. Overall, I enjoyed it. I'm still kind of waiting to see what's going on with career mode, and, you know, if they added back in any other cool features or modes or whatever. They took out showcase mode to focus on career and universe, so I'm hoping that means that career and universe are going to see a big jump in quality. So that's what I'm kind of waiting to see, and I'm sure you guys are also looking forward to that as well. So that's pretty much that. You know, I enjoyed it. It seems good. There were a couple bugs and glitches that happened, but it's an early build of the game, so that's expected. And I look forward to playing it more and obviously uploading it for you guys. I'm very much looking forward to that. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions that I might be able to answer about it, you know, let me know in the comment section. If I see something that either I missed or I'm able to answer, I will absolutely answer that for you. And that's that. Stay tuned for much more WWE 2K17 and other awesome gaming entertainment content. I appreciate your support. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon.